buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, death is an illusion, homie, so I ain't never worried. Just ever ready to flow, colder than February, anybody can get it, I'm hotter than the 7 gate. Yeah, back in the day, to shoot the heady, catch you a fade, if you do dirty in my little pennies, ready. Snatch for love, hit a nigga with a crossover. Plenty receipts for homies, loony, not at all sober. LeBron James on the motherfucking rap game, crack cocaine, coming whip you up a batch, man. With the shits, knowledge is dollars, niggas are rich. You won't find a product bigger than this. Downloaded into my conscious, been bodying ever since. Right now, it's starting to make sense. A blessing just a adolescent for practice and manifesting and stretching out to the heavens and leveraging energy vectors in several directions. I've been in the trenches with multi-dimensional vision. I ain't superstitious, but just for the record, I don't care if you respect it, nigga, fully invested. I don't care if you a legend, my appearance is blessing. Appearance is blessing. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. Ain't no telling when I live or I die. Wish upon a star as I gaze by the sky. Looking at the world that I see clear. So it makes sense, I don't wanna be here. A place to rest with no stress, gotta fathom. Gotta walk forward, but we walk backwards. See my man cry when his mama died, no he ain't acting. Death is a fraction. I count my blessings, days are stressing. Reminiscing through a lesson for perfection. Now I'm striving for peace, holding a weapon. Everywhere I go for aggression. Why would I wanna be here? In the dark where I can't see clear. To be fair, it's irrelevant. Killing for the hell of it. Talk about heaven, but we all for the hell of it. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried. So many bodies in the cemetery, brothers getting buried.
Hey, how are y'all doing this evening? This is AMPspirationTTV with TEHUTI Thoughts on Thursdays. I am your host, the Plum Queen. I appreciate y'all giving me y'all time and y'all energy. If y'all like that track, that is So Many Bodies by my homeboy Jamar Milton. It is on his 9 album, and you can get that on all streaming sites. So definitely go and cop that. All right, so we're going to get right into it. Yesterday, we had an awesome show on What the Gut Wednesdays. We were talking about the immune system, and what sparked that show is tonight's show. I saw something very disturbing, floating on Instagram, but it came out of TikTok, and I had some thoughts about it. And I feel like it's something that all parents and all people, need to take heed to. Again, I'm not here to scare anybody. We're here about solutions. We're here to be prepared, for the things that we can't control. Okay, so I'm just here to share so you can be aware, of things that are going on. So we can now make different decisions, so we can have a more broader perspective of what's going on, in the world right now. Okay, so to introduce it, saw this video, and it's about the CDC not even making an announcement, but the CDC, has been talking to the hospitals, and medical places all over the nation about this breakout that is going to happen, amongst children in the United States. Okay, so I'm gonna just let you watch it and let them, tell you what it is, and then I will give you my thoughts afterwards. Okay.
About it. They then sent a notice to every hospital in the United States.
Let's start from the beginning.
They put it out in the media if you didn't see this yet. U.S. News reported on the 17th. Florida Star reported it. We've already got all the media outlets talking about it. They then sent a notice to every hospital in the United States and said this week you can expect all doctors and all hospitals around the country. You can expect an outbreak between now and November of this year of a polio-like outbreak disease among children, average age of 5 years old.
Average age.
They can foresee that there's going to be a flooding into hospitals around the country, that children are going to present with paralyzed arms, paralyzed legs. They're not going to be able to walk. And the CDC is letting all the hospitals know that when you see these presentations, even half of their faces will be paralyzed, and a lot of them. They're calling it acute flaccid myelitis, and they're telling the docs this is what it looks like. Be prepared when they walk in. Make sure you diagnose it this way. There is no cure, by the way, is what they have actually stated to all the hospitals. You just need to start early physical therapy as your only chance to try to restore normal nerve function. And the truth is, the first question you have is how in the world would the CDC know that there's a coming outbreak among children of a polio-like, as they called it, a polio-like disease in the next 4 months? I mean, you're Christian, right?
Yeah.
Some people have the spirit of prophecy. Do you think the CDC's got prophets sitting in there going, hey, I can foresee in the next 4 months there's going to be a flood of children around the world, average age 5 years old?
They've created something.
How do they know it?
Yeah.
They actually stated that they have seen small outbreaks every 2 years from 2014, 16, 18, and they're expecting an even larger one now this year. So I spent the last week trying to figure out why in the world would the CDC know that this a polio-like new disease in children, average age 5 years old, average age of 5. How would they know that in 2014 is when this problem started, and now they know it's going to be even worse now? And they said it was skipping every 2 years, 14, 16, 18, and 21. Well, if you go on the cdc.gov's website, it didn't skip any year. It actually has the outbreaks. If you look up acute flaccid myelitis, you can ask my wife. I have been digging into this all week. When they made that announcement, I was going to prove to the world why it is. They know that children across America over the next 4 months are going to have paralyzed limbs, arms, and faces flooding into hospitals around this country. I figured it out. It wasn't that hard. If you go to actually 2014, you go to cdc.gov's website, type in acute flaccid myelitis, and then click on the left side. It says annual outbreaks. Click it, and it shows you a map. 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay, so you hear what they said. So there's going to be a polio-like breakout amongst children, you know what I'm saying, that the CDC is warning, you know what I'm saying, hospitals around the nation about. Okay, so not here to argue with nobody. Again, these are your children, you know what I mean? And I understand that there are decisions that need to be made. I understand that it is hard to make these decisions. I understand that, you know what I'm saying, we have been led to believe that the medical field, the CDC, the FDA, and all of these agencies, their purpose is supposed to be to help us and, you know, to give us the right information. But as you can see, that is not the case. So I have questions. These are my questions. From what they're saying, they've known about this since 2014. Okay? So this has been going on since 2014, and it wasn't a big deal to be, you know, to put out there, you know what I'm saying, publicly, because this is my first time hearing of this. So you've known about this in 2014, haven't said anything, especially now that, you know, with all this COVID going on, and, you know, people are wondering about how to bring their children to school, if they should do that or not. Why didn't the CDC put that out there before they allowed or said it was okay for children to go back to school? That is the question that I have. Okay, so again, you can believe what you want, but why would they allow you to let your children go back to school amongst each other, knowing that this is a possibility? Why wasn't this brought up prior to, you know what I'm saying, to everyone allowing their children to go back to school? That's my question. Okay, so again, like the people asked on the video, how do they know this? How can you possibly predict something so specific? You already have a name for it. You're telling them there's no cure for it. You're prepping the hospitals and the doctors for it to come. How could you possibly know that if you haven't created it yourself? These are the things that people like me, you know what I'm saying, are trying to say. You know what I mean? When we talk about why we don't trust the news, why we don't trust the CDC, why we don't trust the FDA. Because if you take away your fear and you listen to that, you know, common sense, that does not make sense. There's no way they'll be able to know that. The same thing with this new Delta variant. How could you possibly know that it's going to get bigger and stronger? Where would you get that intel from if you did not have access to this disease? If you did not create this disease? It is common, matter of fact, it's not common knowledge, but it's public knowledge. That's the word I'm looking for, or public information, that COVID-19 is patented. Okay? In order to patent something, you have to create it, and and you now lawfully own it. That's what a patent is. That gives the person who owns that patent ownership of that thing, whether it be your intellectual property, and apparently also viruses. Why is this disease that so-called just showed up and nobody knew about is owned by somebody? So again, I say, you have to do your own research. You cannot just listen to what the news is telling you. I'm not telling you that you have to just completely listen to me or people like me. But what I'm saying is you have to start doing your own research. There's no other, way to put that. It is clear how they feel about you, us, and your children. This is a cliche, in my opinion, a scare tactic. Okay? There's a lot of people that are not taking that vaccine. There's a lot. As a matter of fact, there was a march in Brooklyn over the Brooklyn Bridge, for people, that are not for this mandating these vaccines. People are there, there are people who are taking it, but there are a lot of people, are not feeling that. Now, all of a sudden, your children are in danger from some polio-like situation. Sounds like a lot of parents are going to want their children to get that vaccine now. Sounds like a lot of parents are going to want to get that vaccine just so they don't catch whatever it is from their kids. See how that can be a possibility? Because honestly, all I want you to do is see the possibilities. Again, you don't have to listen to me. I'm not the CDC. I don't have hands on, any viruses. I'm not in a lab. I don't do those things. See what I'm saying? All I have is my common sense, and the information that's out there. So I just want you to look at a different perspective. Ask these questions. You have to ask these questions. See what I'm saying? Because that's crazy. I'm low-key deep down upset, and I don't have children. I honestly don't have to make the decisions that you all do. And that pisses me off, to be quite honest. This is why I do what I do. This is why I'm putting out this information. Because that's crazy. These are your babies. These are our future. And they care nothing about that. They are willing to put something out there that's going to paralyze y'all's children's, limbs and faces. Just think about that. Just to push their agenda, just to get you to do what they want you to do. These are your babies. Okay? Now I'm going to show you something as well. Someone else had something, to say about, what's going on in the world. And if I would say that, a lot of people will have a problem. But maybe if he says it, maybe the way he's presenting it, it sounds a little bit better. Okay? Because if you're talking about mandating, if this country really cared about us and about our well-being, and what's best for the people, its people, I feel like this is what would be mandating, and this, is what the government, would have to say, or would be enforcing, is what I should say.
Without it. You can't go into restaurants in New York City without it. Like, it's major, bro, over a pandemic that no one would even know existed. without the media telling us it existed. Well, there's people that die from it. Of course there is. There's people that die from the flu. There's people that die from car crashes, but they're not taking away our driver's licenses. There's more people that die from diabetes and heart disease. How come they're not taking away McDonald's and soda and fucking saccharin? Why don't they force mandatory exercise? Why aren't they saying, get off your fat ass, put down the fucking soda, and get on the floor and do some fucking push-ups? Like, get your heart rate elevated. Mandatory. Let's get your kids running frickin' laps. Let's get their immune systems up. Let's get the right and proper nutrition in people's bodies so our immune systems take care of themselves.
If your government and the people who run this country and this world cared about you, that's what they would be doing. They will be telling you to do the things that is actually going to help you. Not tell you to do things that's going to keep money in their pockets. Because let's keep it a buck. All of the trillions of dollars that goes into research for all different types of diseases and, you know what I'm saying, and infections and all of that. What cure? All this modern day, science and all these, like I said, trillions of dollars. Why haven't we had not one cure? Back in the days without all this science and all that, there's no more polio. I haven't heard of polio. You know what I'm saying? All those diseases back in the days no longer exist. They was curing shit back in the days, it seems. What happened? All this research, all this money, all this, high-tech equipment. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go into space and do all types of shit. But you can't cure anything? What does that sound like? Does that truly make sense? Does it make sense to spend all of that money, trillions of dollars for these cures, when you can simply ban the food in this? Our food, the food that we eat is banned in like over 50 countries. See, we think this place is the best thing, smoking. But there are countries that we feel that are less than, that wouldn't even eat our food. It's our food, you know what I'm saying, that's compromising our immune system, which is why when these diseases and viruses comes out, we can't fight them and we die. So if they really cared, there would be no McDonald's, there would be no Burger King, there would be no fast food. If they cared about us, cigarettes wouldn't exist. They would be illegal, just like alcohol was in Prohibition. Alcohol would still be illegal if they cared about your well-being. So please get that out your mind. It's clear that they don't care about your health, and it's all about money. That's clear. That's not something to argue about. That's not my opinion. That is a fact, because they've made that clear. So now that they've made themselves clear, what are you going to do? It's no longer their responsibility. Now that you know what it is, now that they've shown you what it is, what are you going to do? Are you willing to make those changes, those hard changes? And I'm talking lifestyle changes. The way you eat, the way you live, even if you got to downsize your life, are you willing to do that to live? Are you willing to do that so your children can live? I know that shit is hard. I know it is. But how much do you care about your life? How much do you truly care about your children's lives? Those are decisions that needs to be made. This is crazy, you know what I'm saying, about the CDC situation. Everyone who has a parent that is watching this right now, you need to look into this shit. ASAP Rocky. And if you can, it'll be in your best interest, parents, to start learning how to homeschool. I know that shit is hard. I know you got jobs, you got this, you got that. I get all of that. But from what that video is saying, you have two choices. Either teach your own kids or send them out to die. That's what I got from that TikTok video. You are playing Russian roulette with your children's lives now. Your child is sick, you can't go to work, right? You got to be out to make sure they're good. And let's say whatever they got you can catch. That may compromise your job. So either way, you're put in a really fucked up situation. I don't want you to think that I'm insensitive to that, because I am. But the fact of the matter is, this is the choice before you. So what's more important? This comfortable life that you've been building? You know what I'm saying? Or the sacrifices needed to be made so you can survive, so your children can survive what's going on right now. Because this shit doesn't stop here. There's more to come. And they messing around with your babies. They left them alone these last 2 years. They fucking with your babies now. They talking about giving your, you know what I'm saying, paralyzing your children. That's what they talking about right now. So they can get you to do what they want to do. Are you going to let that happen? So, like I said, parents, y'all need to look into that. That should be the only thing that you're looking at and trying to figure out on this here internet right now. If you have children in school, that's what you need to be looking into. Straight up. And you definitely need to be putting yourself in a position where you can teach your own kids. I push that. I've been pushing that anyway before COVID. You know what I'm saying? From what I hear, they didn't change math and did all types of extraordinary shit and didn't even tell the parent, didn't even tell y'all about it. I don't understand how you change math. 1 + 1 is always going to be 3. No, 1 + 1 is going to always be 2. When you divide some shit, it's going to be that same number. I don't see how they change math on us, and nobody said nothing. See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're not teaching your children, honestly, what's need to be learned to live in this world. Because straight up, when you go to the bank and they counting money, they're not doing that math that they teaching your kids. That ain't how the bank works. That ain't how, you know what I'm saying, the cash register works. When they spending money and they got to go into the world of getting credit and all of that jazz. You need to be more hands-on with your children. And I know it's hard, but that's what needs to be done. They are raising your kids. And they don't care about your kids. You do. Not them. So we got to make some changes, y'all. Definitely look this up. Don't take my word for it. Find out where that newscasting was. Go to the CDC, website, just like it said. You can always go onto my Facebook as well as my Instagram to see this video again if you need to, rewatch it. But find out what's going on, because these are your babies. Okay? I don't think I need to drown that out. That was pretty much self-explanatory. I love y'all. I truly do. You know what I'm saying? I will keep saying this ain't no judgment at all. You don't understand. I truly feel like we are all connected. Y'all are me. I am you. You know what I'm saying? No, your kids are not my kids, but yeah, they are my kids too. Your children in the future is going to affect me. What happens to you and happens to your kids affects me. I'm going to get old one day. And it's your children that are going to be running this world, are going to be making decisions where I'm possibly concerned. So I need your kids to be on point. See how that works? See how we're all connected? It's not just you and your little bubble. Y'all, you don't just stay in your little bubble. You go out in the world. You know what I'm saying? And what you instill into your kids, what happens to your kids tends to happen to the world. At least the world that they touch and the areas, wherever it is that they move. So your kids need to be right. If I have kids, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Potentially one of your kids, you know what I'm saying, could want to marry my kid, you know what I'm saying, or have a baby with my kid. See how that makes it my business? Because what you got going on is going to be in my grandchildren and my legacy. And vice versa. I got to make sure my kids are straight, because when I put them out in the world, you know what I'm saying, they don't go and mess up nobody else's life or potentially put negative energy into someone else's life or be a detriment to themselves. Yeah. So let's do better. Let's make these changes. And I know it's hard. But it's a must. Only the strong is going to survive. And this is nothing new under the sun. That has been happening for centuries. Every era has a time. We just need to wake up and understand that shit is just not in history books. There are people who have gone through, honestly, worse. I'm going to keep it a buck. Our ancestors went through 400 years, you know what I'm saying, of captivity and all types of shit. And they survived all of that because that's why we're here. So we're stronger than, you know what I'm saying, than we give ourselves credit. It can be done. You just got to change your mindset. You have to change what you value, what's most important to you. And I understand we've been through a lot. So our comforts, we value. I understand. But that's the same thing that's holding us back and putting us in these positions. Okay? I love y'all. I promise you. Love y'all. Save your children. Okay? Appreciate y'all's time and energy. I'm going to let y'all go. You know what I'm saying? If you like this video, support AMPspirationTTV. Hit our Cash App. Hit our PayPal. $27 or more will get you one of our awesome brand t-shirts. So you can always be inspired and let the world know that you rock with the brand. Okay? Also, solutions for this. If you are someone who's looking for some herbs, looking for some things, you know what I'm saying, that you need to get your immune system right, to keep your children's immune system right, first thing I recommend is Alpha 7. I've been taking this since the pandemic started. Okay, these are drops of herbs. I put 3 of them in under my tongue in the morning and at night. Okay? This is what they do on the left. This is what's in it on the right. All organic, all natural, all good for you. Okay? So if you want to purchase this, Quantum R&D is the company. They are based in Riverdale, Georgia. So if you are in the Georgia area, I would definitely recommend you show up and see it for yourself. Talk to Dr. Peters. He is the gentleman who created these herbs, as well as the quantinide and light therapy that they do there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is different. So I would definitely also recommend that when you go to this link, you can get a consultation with the doctor, phone number, extension, and all that is there. Okay? This right here gets rid of all viral and bacterial infections. It prevents you getting them, and it also helps your body fight them off if you get them. Because that's something else, that's super big on the whole fear factor. You're scared to get it. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. You probably done had it. You have an open orifice. We did this, yesterday. Go back and watch What the Gut Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? Last episode, so you can see exactly how the immune system works and all of the parts of your body that work with it. Okay, so you have open orifices. Your nostrils, your mouth, your ears, your whole skin has pores. All of those is openings. Your vaginal areas. You know what I'm saying? All of that's, I say genitalia. Sorry, fellas. Okay, all of those places are open orifices. Those are all places where bacteria and viruses can come in. You're not exempt. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many vaccines you think you're going to take. That's not going to stop you from breathing in anything. Okay? What you need is your immune system to be on point. That it's its purpose. So when those things happen, if you do catch something, you can fight it off. That's what you need to worry about. Okay? Because unless you're going to live under a rock, you know what I'm saying? There is always a possibility for you to catch something. The common cold, the flu, whatever. Okay? Going out in the world, that's what's going to happen. Okay? So, preventative measures. Get yourself right. That's what's important. Get yourself right. And then you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to live in fear if you get yourself right. And I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. A lot of y'all really don't want to get yourself right. And that's why you're scared. And you need to love yourself more. You need to care about your life more to get it right. That steak, them cheeseburgers, whatever it is, it's not worth your life. It's really not. That house, that car, that weave, them kicks, none of that shit is worth your life. You can't take none of that shit with you when you die. You can't leave none of that shit to your children. So that shit's not important. Your life is important. So make those sacrifices for your life and for your children's lives. Okay? I love y'all. I'm going to leave y'all there. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening and check us back on Sunday for Sundays with Spirit, where I'm going to share my conversations with my ancestors. Okay? Love y'all. Peace. And of course, be inspired.